So while the sort of traditional sodas are kind of on the decline, craft sodas that have some heritage and some story, we're in glass, everything that we sort of already were is now kind of hot. It's of interest to folks.
Founder Geo Wainscott had a beverage company. He started in 1902. Over the years, he had several different products, but he wanted to make something that was truly his own, something that wasn't a cola, something that he really just had his hand in inventing himself. And so he traveled around Europe. He came up with a bunch of different recipes that he'd bought, he tinkered with, and then he came up with a recipe for Ale 8 in 1926, and then had a name the product contest to decide a name on it. The winning entry was a late one, kind of like the latest thing. And he shortened that down, kind of made a pun on it, turned it into Ale 8-1. We've got the original handwritten notes. We've taken those notes and we've just scaled it up to a larger batch size, which is what we produce today.
I am an 8th generation Kentuckian, so to come to Ale 8, to lead it, into its next phase of growth was honestly a real honor and privilege for me. I was so excited. I mean, there's just not a cooler brand. I have a bit of a marketing background, and if you're at all interested in marketing, there's not a cooler brand on the planet than Ale 8-1. And if you're from Kentucky, I mean, it's just, the bee's knees. The concept here is return for deposit. It's, on the bottle, that it's a return for deposit bottle. And we thought, that's what Fielding has done and what we try to do in leadership, and frankly, what our employees do every day is return a deposit made in good faith. It holds you to your word. It makes you think about your integrity, and it makes you think about keeping our people safe, which comes from caring for our employees.
The local community is really kind of the core of who we are. Almost all of our sales are in Kentucky, or at least the area, and people, and particularly Winchester, really like their Ale 8. So that's kind of made us what we are. If you go down the road, you'll see it at restaurants and gas stations, and you'll see it all over the place here. And that's, we wouldn't be here if it weren't for the community being a fan of the product. We're not a huge company, but we are a somewhat sizable company. And so, we're certainly very happy to be one of the employers of Winchester, and made right here with everything that we do. We make the product, we bottle it ourselves, we manage our own fleet in our trucks and vending machines in the office.
It was, we are these jobs. We're located, in Winchester, Kentucky, at the foothills of eastern Kentucky, and these jobs matter so much to this community. So my job is very, very clear. It's to make this company more resilient so that we'll be here in another 100 years. Literally, that's it.